Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Renee, and I'm here putting it all out there on the internet, the tube, whatever you want to call it, about how a marriage of 34 years is now coming to an end. And today is our 34th wedding anniversary. So, yeah, it's been a journey. I'm 57 years old, and I've never lived on my own before. And we separated in August, and I'm in my own apartment now. And yeah, here it is, the pain and suffering and the rage that I feel sometimes, and all that goes along with all the emotions of having a long-term relationship, marriage, come to an end. Like I said, today's our 34th wedding anniversary. We did have breakfast together, and we're trying to work through things. There's things on his end that he has to fix, and I'm sure I need to fix some things on my end as well. But I don't think they're fixable, because when you lose trust in somebody, I don't know how you get it back. And that's what has happened with me. And if you hear my dogs in the background, I apologize. I have two small dogs, and they are my rocks. They're here for me, when I'm by myself, which is pretty much all the time. Anyway, so thank you for stopping by this channel. It's a little bit weird putting all your crap out on the internet, for everybody to know, to watch, to judge, to give their opinion. And if you do, and you can leave it in the comments, and if you resonate and agree or disagree or can sympathize, commiserate with what my situation is, I'd love to hear from you. Yeah. So I'll give you a little backstory. My husband and I have been married for 34 years. I've known him since I was probably like 9-10 years old. He was a best friend to my stepbrothers, and we all grew up together. I knew all his girlfriends growing up. He knew all my boyfriends growing up. And we never dated when we were younger, per se. We got together in my early 20s, and we got married and have two great children, adult children. And, marriage was pretty good. Marriage was good for a very, very long time. I had 100% trust in him and our relationship, and I believe that he felt the same. I never gave him anything to question or ask or wonder about with me and my actions and what I said and what I did. It was pretty much like that with him for the majority of our marriage. About 10 years or so ago, a bunch of little things started to happen to where I would question things on his end. Brushed it under the rug, per se. And yeah, until 2016, that was a bigger, like, oh no moment. Maybe I'll get into that later on in my vlogs, not to, tell his story and, be detrimental to him and his well-being or whatever. But 2016 was a big wake-up call on my end, and did what I needed to do to try to help him and us and our relationship and me, to try to make through that period of time. Me coming from a divorced home, I'm an only child. An only child. My parents got divorced when I was about 7 or 8, and I was raised by my mom. She was a single mom for a lot of my younger years. She worked full-time, like 12-hour days, and I was what you call the latchkey kid. I would come home after school, let myself in, make myself dinner, and try to entertain myself until she got home or when I went to bed, you know, in order to get ready for the next day for school and all that. So, you know, marriage for me was ride or die till death do us part, in sickness and in health. But I shouldn't have to sacrifice, you know, my feelings and my mistrust issues that have popped up now over this relationship with things that he has done and said and how he is and what he's doing and what he's not doing. You know, nobody's perfect, but actions speak louder than words, and words mean nothing if there's no action to be behind it. And there you see one of my dogs. His name is Milo. And I have another French bulldog, and her name is Olive. So you might see her at some point. And they shouldn't be on that couch because it's brand new, and it's for my son when he comes to visit at the holidays. And now he's going to like try to destroy the pillow. So here's where the channel comes into play. It's a bunch of dysfunction. Yes, it's going to be my diary, my video diary of a mad woman. Not so mad at like the world or him or just crazy. I mean, yeah, there's a little crazy in everybody. But, you know, I'm going to put it all out there, and you have to find humor in the whole situation of life. You know, I think COVID, a couple years ago, really put things in perspective for me. A lot of therapy I've gone through, and I'm actually doing therapy again, which is going to hopefully help me through this next chapter or situation in my life. I think I said I've never lived by myself before, but here I am. This dog. Go figure. Maybe he'll be the star of the channel. Who knows? I've never lived by myself. I went right from living with my mom and my stepdad into this relationship with my husband. So living alone is definitely an adjustment to me. I kind of like it. It's a little lonely sometimes, but you know, I do work full time, and I do have an antique booth that I enjoy thrifting for and reselling. So that kind of keeps me busy. And yeah, so now this new phase is my YouTube channel, A Diary of a Mad Woman. And hopefully you can, you know, get something from it. I'm not a therapist by any stretch. I'm just a normal human being, a 57-year-old Gen Xer that doesn't give a you know what anymore about what people say, feel, or think about me. I think therapy has helped me with that. And this whole new situation with me and my soon-to-be, hopefully, ex-husband. Because that will be coming, you know, I think, for sure. And there's Milo again. Milo. He's such a dork. There he is. See him? Anyway, who knows? And then my other dog, Olive, she's probably going to bark at the window in about 2 seconds. Because I am in an apartment for the first time. I've lived in homes throughout my married life. We did sell our marital home in August. And we parted ways. That was a whole crap show. You know what? SHIT show. A little backstory with that. So, or my husband, he was diagnosed with cancer back in February. And he underwent treatment through the beginning of June. And during all this treatment time and surgeries and all that, he ruined my trust in things that he was doing. And, you know, he would ghost me, do things that I'm not approving of. I'll get more into that maybe later in my channel. And basically, I had enough. I stood by him at a really, really low point in his life, trying to get him through his cancer journey, getting him healthy. I did everything that I could do for him. I believe I was a supportive and loving wife. I still love him. And I don't know what else to do for him. And that's where I'm at. So yeah, so I'm in an apartment by myself and trying to get used to apartment living with 2 dogs that had a full run of a yard. And now I get to walk them several times a day, which is fine. It's good exercise because I am not a slim person by any means. So maybe I can lose some weight and maybe I'll have the glow up that some people do have after a relationship ends. Specifically a challenging relationship that takes a lot of energy and life to sustain you or to get through or to manage. You know, it was a lot. I hid a lot of things from our children. I hid a lot of things from my family, what was going on for a very long time. And I think it has worn on me to where now I've made the decision to be done with it. And it comes with a heavy heart because, you know, from a child from divorce, I was looking for the long haul. I wanted something different for me, my spouse, and my children. I didn't want my children, even though they're adults and they don't live with me and they're on their own, you know, you would like to have the family unit intact. And it's so funny, my therapist says, don't ever use the word normal. But I would have liked to have a normal family unit. But that's not even a word that I want to use, you know, to describe, you know, a marriage that stays together. But who knows? So this is my starting point, and I thank you for stopping in for a little piece of my pathetic life. It's not pathetic in any means. I just need to find a new normal by myself and get my act together to where I can move forward with joy and peace and happiness. I wish my soon-to-be ex, hopefully, all the best, you know, in his health journey, and for him to get past his, I don't want to use demons. That's not really the right word. I want to use a different word, to get past his, I don't even know, you know, for him to feel good about himself to where he's doing what he should be doing as a 62-year-old adult, you know, to have a healthy, happy, physically and mentally mind, sound and body type of thing, you know. I'll always love him, but I need to love myself more, and that's why I'm here, sharing my life and my struggles, and hopefully, you know, some good crazy times, bad times, you know. Who knows how often I'm going to post. Hopefully I'll try to get a video out once a week, twice a week, you know, and give an update and show you what it's like to go through all the emotions and the roller coaster of, you know, suddenly being single or separated or soon to be divorced at 57 years old. 34 years of marriage, that's a long time. And for you to have to adjust to a new normal without that partner, it's a process. So hopefully you stick around for the process. And if you have any words of encouragement or advice, please leave them in the comments. And I hope to see you soon in my next video. Thank you for stopping by, and you take care.